What are the problems? Okay, now we have seen all the good things about ChatGPT. That's right. Okay, then is there any kind of limitations? Is there any problems? Is there any restrictions? Or is there anything we have to be aware of? Let's look into this. Lack of common sense and world knowledge. For example, if you ask something, I have a common sense, like I will think, how do I reply? Based on the age, based on the person, based on the language, based on culture, I can reply, right? My mind thinks it and automatically processes it. But for a machine, as of now, that capability and emotion, that capability, those capabilities are not there at the moment. So they can't reply in a proper way. So they might generate something which makes no sense. In the world knowledge, so whatever the data we provide, based on the data it has been trained. So if a new data comes, if a new culture is there, some part in the world where we don't know, for example Antarctica, we don't know about Antarctica, that information, if we don't send it to the artificial intelligence machine, then it doesn't know about Antarctica. So if you ask me about Antarctica, probably I may not know everything about Antarctica. So similar way, the machine cannot reply for certain things about the world knowledge. It may not have every world knowledge, but it's improving. While ChatGPT has access to vast amount of training data, it may still lack comprehensive common sense knowledge and real world understanding. It can sometimes generate responses that sound plausible and are factually incorrect. Yeah, because the data you give it to it, the data it is trained on, based on the data, it will give you a reply. Sometimes it generates a reply which doesn't make sense. Sometimes it gives a wrong information, thinking that that is correct. So we have to cross check it, cross verify it, because the data we give, if it is a wrong, the output we get will also be wrong, right? If we keep training the person, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, the reply will come, will also be this is bad. That's the thing. So then how it changes based on, I mean, like in the future, where we give a proper information, probably it has a reliable data, then probably it might improve. Sensitivity to input phrasing. ChatGPT is sensitive to the phrasing of the prompts. For example, if as a human being, I can give an example. You ask in a nice way, "Hi, how are you?" Then I will reply in the same way. "Oh, I'm good, thanks." If you say, "How are you?" then that means like, "I'm okay, and thanks. Is everything all right?" Right? So, based on how you ask, the reply comes. In the same way, the prompt, how you ask, how you phrase it, based on that, the output will come. Sometimes it could be right, it could be wrong. That's where the prompting, the prompt engineering comes in. We will look into it later. Small changes in the wording of a question or a prompt can result in different responses simply because one word can have different meanings in different cultures. Okay, so based on where you are asking, I should give the reply. So if it doesn't make sense to me or if I can't connect them, then what I give would be a incorrect or a different response. This can lead to inconsistencies and requires careful crafting of prompts to obtain desired results. So this is where the job opportunities come in. So many people will be scared. Oh, I'm going to lose the job. The ChatGPT can do a lot of work. So jobs are going to go. If one job category is going to go, there will be another job category which is going to open up. And this is where it is. How do you communicate with the machine? It's going to have, like, how do you phrase your sentence, how do you phrase the prompt, yeah, how do you phrase the prompt to get the exact output in an efficient way. Those type of skill will be required in every domain, be required. So every person who knows artificial intelligence, how to interact with the artificial intelligence, is going to have his job. Overconfidence and incorrect responses. For example, you ask me question and I don't know the answer. I don't know. I don't know how to answer. Some might say like that. Or some will say as if like they know everything. Oh, that one. Democracy. Democracy is a democracy because it's a democracy, and that too it's a democracy. We all follow the democracy. You got the point? It doesn't make any sense. But because of the overconfidence or don't know the response, it will create a response in such a way that it will probably overconfidently it will say incorrect thing, or it will reply in such a way it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so ChatGPT can sometimes provide answers that may sound confident. Yeah, democracy is a democracy because it's a democracy. All things are democracy. Everything is democracy. Follow the democracy. We will be winning as a democracy. The I might sound confident, but doesn't make any sense. That's the thing. It is important to verify and validate the generated responses rather than blindly relying on them. Generating plausible but unverified information. For example, ChatGPT may generate responses that sound plausible but are not verified or fact checked. It is crucial to critically evaluate the information provided by the model. Ethical considerations and bias. That's very important thing. Language models like ChatGPT can inadvertently reflect biases present based on the training data given to it. Okay, what data you give, based on that is going to reply. If you say this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, and all these data are passed, it will give the same data. This is bad, which is wrong because the data given is wrong. Because of that, what it gives as a reply is also wrong because it has carried forward the bias. So they can also amplify existing societal biases. For example, black people are like this, white people are like this, green people are like this, brown people are like this. Yeah, blue-eyed people are like this. If somebody gives a data like that, then probably ChatGPT might generate like that because it can't differentiate between something which makes sense with that doesn't make sense. Okay. So if we not carefully monitored it and addressed it, that's where the problem comes in. So where the other option comes is as a job opportunity is fine tuning the process. So every business is critical, right? So the business communication is very important. So when we automate all the communications, the reply given to the customers, everything should be as per the brand value, as per the local culture. Yeah. So the data, as a business, if you have the data, that data has to be fine tuned, and also the chat GPT has to be fine tuned to reply in such a way that it makes sense. So that's where the fine tuning jobs is going to have the openings for it. What are the advantages? What are the pros of having ChatGPT? Versatility. ChatGPT is capable of generating human-like text across a wide range of topics. See, I am a doctor. I can reply based on the because I have studied doctor. I did medicine, so I know about medicine, so I can speak. Similarly, there will be other person. I am an engineer. I can talk. I'm a computer engineer. I know about computers. I'm a civil engineer. I know the civil all constructions. And there may be other person who is a teacher. He's another teacher who is a chemistry teacher, the physics teacher, or a pharmacist, or it could be any profession you take, any professions, or any topics, or any domains. Yeah, so all this data is fed. Then I am a doctor when I have to reply as a doctor. I am an engineer when I have to reply as an engineer. And I am a teacher, physics teacher, if I have to reply about physics. And I am chemistry teacher to reply if I'm a chemistry teacher. So based on the topics, because I know all the topics, you have to prompt me to answer, to act like an engineer, right? So to particular topic, so you have to direct me to the particular topic so that I can speak in that topic to make it relevant. So it can assist with various tasks such as answering questions, providing explanations, offering creative suggestions, and engaging in interactive conversations. For example, if you have a business, the frequently asked questions are there, right? Similarly, you can have the chatbot ready to answer to your customers in your brand, in your terminology. The chatbot can provide the answers to the customers. Similarly, providing explanations as a teacher, or even tomorrow, the teaching profession might go to artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligent robot might give the explanations, right? So providing explanations to make it based on the age category. For example, how to how to explain about quantum to a 9-year-old, how to explain about quantum to an adult. So those explanations can be given based on the age and based on the way it has to be given. So offering creative suggestions. For example, I'm starting a property business, and I want to know some brand names which will be unique, which will be creative, which will be funny, humorous. You can ask any type of creative, innovative ideas. So you can ask, I want in this way. Can you give me some suggestions? Then the ChatGPT will give you the suggestions. And engaging in interactive conversations. For example, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How do you do? So this is the pattern. So to respond. So in that same way, it will respond for other questions, right? So we can fine tune and make it respond in a local cultural language type, in an easy interactive way for the human to understand. Language comprehension. ChatGPT has been trained on a massive amount of text data, enabling it to understand and generate text in a coherent and contextually relevant manner. So it can understand complex queries and produce meaningful responses. That is very good. So that's why it was so popular and so successful. Learning capabilities. ChatGPT can adapt and learn from user interactions. What do you ask for questions? For example, the searches, right? You ask in some query, you write a query, you ask for information, and those informations are kept, right? So ChatGPT learns from how it responds, how you understood it, and then what was the response from you. All this it will learn, self-learning. ChatGPT can adapt and learn based on how we interact by observing input and the feedback. It can improve its responses over time and become more accurate and helpful. Accessibility. As an AI language model, ChatGPT can be accessed via a simple API, making it available for integrations into various applications and platforms. So if your business you have a website, you want to have a chatbot, you can easily integrate the ChatGPT capability using API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So it's the way of connecting and interacting with ChatGPT API. So that's the API. So that API is provided by ChatGPT, which you can include in your products so that it will be easier to reply back on that. So you can utilize the ChatGPT facilities in your applications, in your platforms by integrating it. Okay, now let's see what are the disadvantages of ChatGPT. Like we discussed, lack of real-time understanding. As a human level, we understand it. If the situation changes, We can just, oh, he's getting angry. We have to be bit careful on how we reply. So this kind of real-time understanding and processing the information is not available at the moment with artificial intelligence. While ChatGPT can generate coherent responses, it may not fully grasp the real-time context or have up-to-date knowledge. Its responses are based on patterns, the patterns it learned during its training, which may not account for recent changes or the events occurring. For example, if the chat GPT is as of up to 2022, September 2022, right? If it is up to 2021 or 2022, if it is up to 2021, then all the data, all the information it can give you back is up to 2021. If you ask about any event or any change happened during 2022 or 2023, you will not get it. But when ChatGPT will be get connected to the live internet data, then probably yes, that may happen in the future. Incorrect or biased information. That's a big problem with ChatGPT. ChatGPT generates responses based on patterns in the training data which is given to it. So, like we said, if it has been trained as it is bad, this is bad, this is bad, biscuit is bad, biscuit is bad, biscuit is bad, it is going to reply, biscuit is bad. Okay, or based on brown people or very dangerous. If you keep on passing like this data, Muslim, ooh, very dangerous. If you pass like this data, then probably the machine might misunderstand it and then produce a result in the same way, which is not true. Care should be taken when relying on it for factual or sensitive matters. That's very, very, very important, because even if it is a human being, if they say somebody, we should not just pass it on the information. We have to cross verify it first. Whether is it true? Is it good? Should I pass it on the information or not? So we should think and then we should reply. That kind of thinking or that kind of responding is not there in artificial intelligence. Overconfidence and invented information. For example, the chat GPT generates some responses which are totally incorrect, or it generates based on some patterns. It randomly generates something and then says that this information is available in this book, which may not be there. So ChatGPT can sometimes generate responses that sound plausible but not accurate. It may provide confident answers even when it doesn't have enough information, and when it invents details, it might give wrong information. Insensitivity and inappropriate content. ChatGPT may generate responses that are insensitive, offensive, or inappropriate, especially if it has been exposed to biased or harmful content during its training process. Efforts are being made to mitigate these issues. Obviously, they have to do it, otherwise, it will not be successful, right? They have to do it, but they are doing it. They have done it to some extent, yes, but still, there is a challenge. Thank you. We will see in the next session.